You got sick of it?
Well, there's not a lot of money in it so much anymore, and there's a lot of drama a lot of times, especially because there's just so many girls now and stuff like that. And plus,
last time we had 2 porn stars on the show, one punched the other one in the face.
That's right. Yeah.
I've heard about this one.
Mary Jean and
who's the girl she punched?
You remember her name? I know
Peyton Sinclair.
Peyton Sinclair.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no. Mary Jean has some serious emotional intelligence issues.
No, we like Mary Jean.
We love
here.
Mary Jean.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
We're fans of Mary Jean.
Well, I think the things that make people, I think the things that draw you to adult are probably the same things that make you psychologically exotic, shall we say?
Yeah.
Right.
They make you a good time. So
right.
The same thing that would make you go, fuck it. Like, because you're like, I do porn because I need to, but I'm like, people say people do porn we're normal. I'm like, we're not normal.
Right.
Something told us that's okay to do for money. I don't mind taking on a lifetime stigma.
Well, so
I'm down with that.
You graduated at high school at 15?
I was 16,
So
and then
you're
I started.
16.
I was still 16 when I started college, and then did that, and then.
So you're out of college by 20?
No, then I went to graduate school.
Okay.
And then it's a touchy subject.
Is it?
Yes. Touchy.
Why is that a touchy subject?
I had some issues with my college and sort of my college experience.
What's the issues?
Well, you were young when you did
I don't want to talk about them.
I don't understand. What could be the...
Are you in trouble?
Well, I'm not in trouble.
Oh.
Some people did get in trouble.
Were you mistreated at the school? Maybe?
That might be close.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
We can just. Then I left school,
Right.
and then I was.
But did you leave with a degree?
I left what we call ABT, which is all but thesis.
All but.
So that's you do all the coursework, but not the thesis. I got an MFA in poetry, so it's not turning in your thesis. And
is that failing or no? If you don't turn in your thesis, is that
well, philosophically.
Does that mean that they say you didn't graduate?
Yeah, it's ABT. So
and then
I guess they give you a word for it because you did do the coursework.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's just like if you if you fail to get your PhD, if you go in and you argue your thesis, and for whatever reason they decide not to give you the doctorate. A friend of mine, he's a professor. He told me they have a word for it, which is so that you do get a. Well, essentially, I don't know what you can do with it, but
right.
It's you still you
were there.
Yeah, you're there. So it's I was there.
What did you do after school?
So then I left to just be a writer. And then in the course of doing that, to be a writer in this market means you have to do a lot of freelance work, a lot of chasing down paychecks and stuff like that. And it was just pretty bleak in terms of being able to survive doing it. And someone was like, you should. And I started writing a novel about the French Revolution. And I decided I wanted to go to Europe and backpack around. And I had all these friends that were doing that. Mm-hmm. And they were like, you just need a couple grand and a backpack. And you can go around and see everything. And at that same time, there was this site, God's Girls. This is 2009. So God's Girls was starting, which was a rival site to Suicide Girls. And they were paying girls for sets. And I was like, I can do that. Just take some naked pictures and get some money, and it would be just enough money to backpack around Europe. I had no idea that I would end up doing adult for 5 years. This was initially for $1,000 to go see Europe.
Wait, why did you almost fight with Mary Jean outside the stand? I want to fight.
It was Big J's birthday. I want to say it was last year or the year before. I think it was the year before. The year before. So it was a while. It was me and another person, and we were talking about her driving. Everyone knows, she's talked about her driving before, of just how horrible she is. And I had said something about no one's a good driver who has to pay $1,000 a month for insurance or something like that. We all laughed, whatever. Went up to Big J, gave him a hug, said happy birthday, and then stepped outside, in which then Mary Jean followed me. And I couldn't tell she was angry at me at first because she does have a lot of Botox and stuff, so she's just kind of staring at me.
Took another shot.
And then I tried touching her shoulder. I'm like, are you okay? What's the matter? And she's like, don't touch me. And she just got very angry, and she's like, you're talking shit about me. You went up to Jay and talked shit about me. I'm like, there was literally no conversation in that 3 seconds that I gave him a kiss on the cheek and said happy birthday and walked outside. Nothing was said about you. Like, you're not that important.
Whoa, that's another shot.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
You guys writing
Is that another shot?
Yeah, definitely another shot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought so.
And then she just went off. She like tried to pick up like a bag of garbage and like threw it at me. She's like, "You're trash.
Oh my god.
You're trash."
That's funny, right?
And then,
You're such a scrapper, and
It
I'm
was
always just like sitting.
hysterical.
I'm always like sitting next to you, just like watching. Like
yeah.
like the first time that I met
You're
her, we were hanging
trash.
out at this bar, and we were waiting for her to go up, and this girl that was clearly like in some sort of a blackout
Right.
put her fingers in Alia's water and like
for no reason.
oh no, to get some water to flick at the bartender to get the bartender's attention.
She was like leaned over Sovereign to dip her hands into my water to flick at the bartender. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, oh, you must be out of your goddamn mind.
I watched it. She just like threw a glass of water in this chick's. It was like
I
out
told
of the
her
movies.
I was going to do it, and she did it again.
And then she did it
and
again?
then she did it again.
Well, what are you going to do?
Thank you.
But I've watched her like almost get in fights like so many times.
So what happened after
She threw trash at you.
What happened after Mary Jean threw a bag of trash at you because she thought you
Then
were
I
also
had,
trash?
And then I had one of our friends like walk her away because it's a comedy club that like I host an open mic there. Like one of the bookers was there. Like I'm not going to start a physical fight. Plus I have training. She's in like 7-inch stilettos.
What kind of training do you have?
Well, I went to school to
cop
be a
training, yeah.
cop training, and my dad was in Vietnam, and so he taught me like
Hand-to-hand combat?
a lot of stuff. Yeah, to protect myself, to
Yes.
protect this baby
How to
girl.
tunnel through the backyard.
Yeah, basically hot wire cars, anything to escape from like small rooms. PTSD was actually very helpful in some of my training.
So you walked away. That was the end of it.
Yeah. Well, no, and then she proceeded to like go on Twitter on like one of her little Twitter rampages, like was texting people at like 4:00 in the morning, like, "How are you friends with her? She's so mean."
I didn't know.
And, like all.
I
of
didn't know you
this-
guys were enemies.
I didn't
all
know
of
that
this
either.
All of this stuff. It was just all like made up in her mind.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, I would have invited her in.
I'm glad for like my narcissism. Like I'm just so
Just
so
in your own bubble.
self-involved.
Your
Like I
own.
don't even notice. Like
So-
drama goes on around me, and I'm like,
So you must have. Did you have a healthy family life growing up?
Sure.
I would. So how does one go from like healthy family life, graduate college, graduate high school early, like the whole like you were like sounds like a bookworm
yeah,
to
oh, big
A
time.
nerd.
Super nerdy.
nerdorama to
Yeah.
a college experience that's so controversial
I
that
know
we
I
don't
wasn't
talk about
nerdy.
it.
I was
and
really
then-
driven because we were very poor, and I was really driven. And I was told my whole life that the only way I was going to get out of poverty was to get an education, unless
Right.
I wanted to get married and be dependent on a man. But growing up in really poor neighborhoods, I saw a lot of single moms, so I saw like that doesn't seem like a very smart gamble.
I see.
So I was more just like I was super driven. I was just terrified of always having to be poor. I just wanted like running water and like central heating and air and like just these like real. I just wanted to know that like I could, if I was hungry, I would have food,
But at what
and that I'd be
point
able to
did,
do
like-
that for myself.
At
You
what
know?
point did shit kind of start to go crazy a little bit?
I think after I was working as a TA at university, and I was like in line I was being groomed to be a professor. It's like you're going and you're getting your terminal degree, and this is what you're gonna do for a living, is you're gonna be a professor and you're gonna write your books. And so I was doing that job, and I was an ESL tutor, I was English as a second language tutor, and then I was teaching English 1 and composition, and tutoring a little bit in athletics. And what I started to sense was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is your life. And what I saw was a university system that was really broken, it was totally exploiting people like me. We're being totally underpaid. We're the least qualified to teach students the most like integral skill they were going to need to survive college, which was how to write. And I saw exactly my place in that system, like an oarsman in the galley ship. You know what I mean? It's like, and that was never going to change. Like, that was just what it was going to be. And it really depressed me because I was so sheltered. I hadn't lived any of my life, and I was like, I'm going right back into a prison cell. And so I got this wild hair. I was like, I need to quit and throw myself in the deep end of a pool, put myself in a situation where I have to swim out, to force myself to do something with my fucking life,
Yeah.
And so that started with the modeling, and then as I did it, I was surprised how comfortable I was being naked and being shot naked. And I was lucky. I came to New York and I got shot by George Pitts and Ken Leishenvalter and Andrew Einhorn and all these people that were like these sort of American masters, and that it just went really well. It was so easy.
And now you both do comedy, and that's
Yeah.
that's part of it to me though, is that like it's crazy from that background to even if you just went straight to comedy. Like that's a
Yeah.
crazy start to a life that goes towards,
But to go from from porn to
Performance.
comedy, it's a totally different emotion you're trying to pull out of people.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Yeah, it's
Laughing and
definitely,
coming?
Yeah, I can't laugh. I can't be funny when I'm turned on. Like when I'm horny, I can't laugh. I'm not good natured. Like when I want to come.
Okay, well, because when I had a project I was doing called
Yeah.
Show Me Your O-Face, where I would just record girls from the waist up. I'd give them a Hitachi, and they would use Hitachi to come, and I would just film them from the waist up, just their orgasms.
Yep.
And the thing that I noticed, because those are pretty genuine orgasms.
were they
right?
topless?
Yes.
Smart.
So, but Hitachi, that's like a pretty real orgasm.
Yeah,
And
they're
what I
intense.
noticed was when I was shooting girls, that every time they came,
They laugh.
they would giggle like afterwards. Like it was like, and it was
Girls
like
giggle and laugh.
involuntary. Like they couldn't. And so now when I have sex with girls, I can tell if they're having real, because if they don't giggle afterwards, they
Then-
faked it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I always
like-
laugh after I come. I always
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, but
Yeah.
so in some ways, I think they're like
Like that extra release a little
Gotcha.
bit.
My wife always laughs in the beginning. Does that mean she's getting ready to come?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good,
absolutely.
cool. Yeah, awesome.
Yep.
You couldn't
Awesome.
use the condom though when you had to wear a condom at home.
No, couldn't. Had to let Jess know this ain't. We got to do something else here, because it's not happening, and it wasn't happening, and we did. Like it was just like
You couldn't keep her on.
no, or like I couldn't finish.
Have you tried like lambskin condoms? Those are actually
No.
pretty good. No.
Uh-uh.
If it's just to prevent pregnancy, those are actually really comfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've already figured out. We're back to pulling out. So pulling out's fine.
It's the best way.
It is literally the only
It is.
way that I've never been pregnant.
Medically speaking, it's the best way.
It
Isn't
really is. Pull it out. It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you forget.
Do you sometimes forget?
Sure.
That's
Because
what Plan B is.
because it
for.
feels good, right?
I'm a forgetful boy. I'll always apologize after. Like,
Oh,
oh,
sorry.
my fault.
Does it slip your mind sometimes?
Yes, it does.
Do you ever get the question, did you just...
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
Do you have
Uh.
like Plan B, like just in your cabinet
No.
now? Just no.
No.
Plan B.
That's more up to you. I don't know.
Yeah, say, look, there's a Dwayne Reed down the street. You might
Right.
want to hit that on the way home.
If you want.
It's up to you.
It's totally up to
Not
you.
my business.
Yeah, your body. I'm, as
Your
far
body, your
you're a
choice.
woman, your body, like that's all you.
Yeah.
That's good. But sometimes it slips your mind.
Yeah.
You got a lot of stuff going
I'm
on.
really busy.
Yeah.
And I'm getting older and I forget things.
Right.
I don't remember things as well as I used to.
Right. And sometimes you just leave it in.
Someone has an idea. Oh, no. I didn't
What
even see-
happened?
A phone call here.
From who?
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Jim. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Mary
Oh,
Jean.
Mary Jean, my favorite.
Hey, I hear you. How are you?
I'm good, Mary. How are
Hello.
you?
Good. Sam, I miss you so much, and I miss your dick.
I miss you too very much, Mary Jean, and I appreciate
How's
that.
your dick doing?
It's very good, even better now that you've asked.
Oh, is it getting hard for me?
Not just yet, but it will.
Jim, how's your dick?
The same as it always is, insignificant and out of the way.
Just tucked up there.
Yeah, just tucked up.
I love it when it's tucked. Nice and warm.
So what's up, Mary Jean?
Nothing much. I just finished getting laid. I came like time. It feels so good.
Really? You got laid this morning?
Yeah, I've been up since like early this morning.
Good for you. You're a productive gal.
Am I? I think so too.
I think so. So, Mary, here's the problem. Like, we don't know about the drama
I don't know.
in the industry. Like, we're just unaware. Jim and I sometimes, we live in this Jim Norton and Sam Roberts bubble, and stuff goes on, and we realize that there's stuff happening that we're not aware of, and sometimes we feel silly, so we just want to make sure all parties are cool, because the last thing we want to do is to make anybody feel like, they're not brought up to speed. So here's the problem, Mary Jean. We have, do you know Alia Janine?
I don't know, that fucking old ass bitch who's like 6 years old. She can stop saying my fucking name because Travis already filled me in, Sam.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a fucking bitch and trying to stay relevant. She is not a comedian. She is not a fucking porn star. She's not even a fucking person. She is trash, and that's why I threw trash in her fucking face that night outside the comic channel, wherever that comedian place is. She's a fucking bitch.
Oh.
And let her try to call me or say something to my face so I could fucking punch her.
Well, I know that that's true. We know that from
Yeah, you will throw a punch. But Aaliyah,
Comment.
That fucking old ass bitch.
Hi, Mary, Miss. I've done
Shut
2
the
scenes, and
fuck
all of a
up,
sudden
you
I'm a
dirty
porn
bitch.
star.
Dirty, saggy ass bitch.
Oh, how's that beauty shop going? I hear you
That's
have to
about
keep
your fucking
rehiring people
about
because
you
of your
having a
poor
fucking
management.
60.
Are
Oh,
you
wanna
still
fuck?
collecting
Fuck off.
coins and pennies? Is that still like a
Oh,
thing that
that's-
you're doing?
That's not cool.
Did she hang up? Is she angry?
No, she's there.
Oh.
Bitch, I'm still here. I would always
Bitch.
We did think it was funny, Mary. We did think it was funny that you threw trash at her and said, "You're trash." So now I'm throwing trash at you.
It's something I've wanted to
Damn,
do to
does the
people.
room smell
I
right?
mean, it's great.
Yeah, we
it's
thought-
super great.
I
It's super classy.
Oh, yeah. Classy like your fucking stretch-ass asshole.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's
It is
a-
actually.
Oof.
I've done more
Yeah,
anal
right?
scenes than you.
Maybe you should retire
in
and try to do something else.
general.
Yeah, you're an old ass bitch.
Still
That's what
angry
like,
after 2 years,
Am I-
I see.
and my
Your phone's cutting out. Mary Jean, we can't hear you. Your phone is cutting out.
Still talking like you're 17.
Hello?
I want you to say all these face one day.
There she is.
It's like you trash tag on your
Oh.
fucking face. And for you to bring up my
How's your
name on
dog?
the
Is your
radio.
is your dog good, Milo? Were you still trying to get rid of him?
Oh shit! She brought up your dog.
Because you want to stay relevant and shit like that. Bitch,
Yeah.
move on.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
That
how
is
are
true.
you emotionally, Mary Jean? Like, how do you really feel like inside? Like, are
Anyways,
you
yeah,
angry? Like,
I'm
how
good.
angry
It was-
are you, though? Like, really? I don't think we know.
That is true. Just to play devil's advocate, you brought up Mary's name first.
Yeah,
Actually,
she did,
no,
right,
I
Sam?
didn't. You guys.
To be fair,
did.
we brought up her name just talking about because we love
I
Mary
honestly
Jean.
didn't know you guys had never met.
But we didn't.
We just talked about we were just talking about the. I think the fight. I didn't know you guys had ever.
We didn't know
interacted.
there was.
She
other
didn't have a
interactions.
fight. I threw a trash bag in her face, and she ran away. And she hid.
One, you couldn't even pick up the trash bag, sweetheart. So I would slow down on that.
Stupid bitch! You don't fucking remember me throwing 2 trash bags in your fucking face?
It was more like a toss, like you were playing cornhole. Have you ever played that game? It's super fun. I highly recommend
still have a
it. It's a
roommate
drinking
at
game,
8
though.
years
You're
old
not
and
much
a
of a drinker, obviously.
Obviously, you need to get a life and not have a roommate at 80 years old.
Yeah.
80?
Yeah.
Are you
Go
80?
take a rest
Apparently,
and worry what
yes.
the fuck
I'm
off.
80.
I hope at
Yeah.
80 I don't have
Obviously, you
Right.
a roommate. That is a little rough.
are. What an 80-year-old kid got.
Oh, are you still talking? I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yeah, am I talking? I'm always going to be fucking talking.
That's obvious.
Well, Mary,
So
we
stupid.
love you. We just wanted to make sure that you had your.
Sam, make her show you her 80-year-old titties. Your eyes are going to hurt and they're going to bleed
But
like
mine
the
are real, though. Like everything else on me, while you are literally a blow-up
Oh,
doll
I'm glad you
with
care about
no
my
self-esteem.
and my ass and my titties
yes.
and my fucking mouth
yes,
and everything.
Queen. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're
Wanna
beautiful.
fucking-
yes.
Do you want like the receipt and
yes.
everything from my boobs?
Yes,
job
Queen. Yes.
side to just fucking
Sure.
write it off?
Yes.
Maybe the
Let's
government
do
can
it.
get
Let's.
money
Do
back
you want to
and
meet up
get a fucking
tomorrow? Like I'm free
apartment.
around 3.
Please, bitch, you wish. You wish. Well, you're
I mean,
gonna
can
take
you
the
drive
train
there
and
though?
take
Because
the
I know
stop.
the insurance thing is kind of hard because you do suck at driving. That's a fact that you should
Yeah, but
probably
you ever-
accept
you've
as
been
a
in the
person,
car
and
with
maybe you'd
me.
be happier with your life. I don't know, sweetheart. I
Oh,
don't
because you know me so well. You know everything about my life and everything. Sam, I'm not going to entertain this anymore. And
Okay.
just because she's a fucking bitch and she wishes she could fucking at least suck the dick so she could fucking back
Have
up.
a wonderful day, Mary Jean. I wish you the
Shut
best
the
of
fuck
luck.
up. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, Sam,
Yeah.
good hearing from you.
I
That
love you,
fucking
Mary.
bitch wishes.
Right.
Wishes.
All right, Mary
I'm
Jean.
glad. Thank you very much, Mary.
Love you guys.
Love you
All right,
too.
take care. Bye.
Bye.
I don't.
That escalated quickly.